What's up guys, Jasper here. Today we're going to do an Apex Legends Season 14 weapons tier list. Let me know your favourite weapons in the comments and let's get into it. So Season 14 weapons, these are the weapons. I will link this tier list in the description if you guys are interested. But yeah, here's the selection of weapons right now. We'll start in order with the repeater. So the repeater is going to be A or S tier for me. I'm going to put an A tier, but obviously if I will adjust this as I go on. Actually, I'm going to put an S for now actually. Obviously the repeater has become a lot better this season. Obviously the dual loader and the skull piercer have definitely propelled this thing to one of the top guns in the game. It's definitely getting better and better each season. I remember a couple of seasons ago it was a really unpopular weapon, but now it's one of the best weapons. You don't need too many attachments to make it really good. Just sort of maybe need a sight and that thing is good. The dual loader is probably what's made it as good as it is now. Okay, up next we have the alternator. I'm going to put this in B tier. The alternator works well with the brand new laser sights. I think it's the SMG that works the best with the laser sights. The alternator is one of those guns as well that you don't need loads of attachments as well, which helps it a lot. The alternator is definitely an early game weapon and it can be used late game. It's a really easy weapon to use. It's beginner friendly. It's usable for top players. And yeah, an excellent choice. Okay, Bocek is up next. I'm going to put this in B tier below the alternator. The Bocek is definitely a great weapon, but obviously it's care package, so it's going to be really rare to find a care package weapon, so you're not going to have it too often. The Bocek is definitely a lot better in the care package because it comes with all the attachments, but obviously you have limited ammo, which is a bit annoying. But the Bocek, I think it should stay in the care package for a few seasons now. Definitely feels like more of a care package gun. And yeah, the Bocek is doing alright in Season 14. Next up in this tier list we have the car. A tier. Takes two types of ammo, heavy or light. The choice is yours. That's what makes it a really versatile weapon. The car has always been a good gun. It hasn't really been too negatively affected by the barrel change. It's still really good. Still good in a lot of different situations, ammo wise and versatility in battle. The car, it's good to see it back out the crafter, and yeah, an A tier weapon. Okay, up next is the charge rifle. I'm actually going to put this B or C. I'm going to put it below the Bocek. The charge rifle is obviously very good, but it's very limited in its uses. It's definitely a long range, more campy weapon. It's obviously has its uses and it's good for farming damage, but I would much rather things like the repeater and the G7 over the the charge rifle. Obviously it still has its uses, but obviously it doesn't take many attachments, only stocks and sights. As long as you find a good sight, you're good with this thing. But yeah, main problem is ammo. You just run out of ammo so fast with it. The charge rifle is an annoying gun to face as well, and it can be sometimes a little satisfying to use, but I think B tier is where I'm going to put the charge rifle. Devotion, I'm actually going to put this C tier. Devotion, obviously we will change the weapons if I feel like, but Devotion is not the greatest right now. It's obviously in the crafter, so you're not going to find too many of them. But obviously it's a turbocharged weapon as well, so you need the turbocharge to make it work at its maximum potential. Obviously with all the attachments it's going to be an insane weapon, but right now it's craftable. It's probably going to be the least used weapon this season. Like, I don't even think I've seen a single person craft one. That's from my teammates. I don't think I've killed anyone who's using Devotion. It's like, it's going to be the least used thing. No one's going to use it. It's kind of just falling off right now, but obviously it is a good weapon from previous seasons, but I'm going to move it probably to C tier just for now. Maybe D tier, we'll see how it goes, because the Devotion is hit hard this season. And yeah, won't be the most useful thing this season. Okay, Eva. Ooh, Eva. It's between B or C again. I'm going to put it in C. I've never been the biggest Eva fan. The only time I really liked the Eva was that time when, I think it's Season 10 when it was really strong, but I've never really liked it. It's definitely my least favorite shotgun to use. But obviously you guys might enjoy it, which is understandable. I can definitely see the fun with it and the ability, but I think you just need a good shotgun bolt to make it good. If you don't find a good shotgun bolt, it's just going to be terrible, and you kind of do need the attachments for it, but like it's not the best thing early game because you don't really have the attachments. Like you're going to get outclassed by every SMG and probably every other shotgun, but it's just one of those things that it's not the most easy thing to use. It's definitely a high skill weapon, and but even with the changes, I don't think it's still the greatest thing. Okay, up next, Flatline. This is going S tier, easy as. I'll put it below the repeater for now. I think the repeater's better, but the Flatline is insane. It's a high damage weapon, high recoil, so high skill weapon. It doesn't take many attachments to make it insane. It's just insane. It's all around good. It's good close range, it's good long range, it's good medium range. Heavy ammo is obviously an ammo you find quite often, so ammo is never a problem. Flatline is just, it's an S tier weapon. I'm just so happy it's not in the crafter like it was I want to say last season, or was it the season before? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I'm happy it's back. Okay, G7, this is going to S tier. Okay, actually, ooh, just think. Okay, G7 is going above the Flatline, and I'm gonna put it above the repeater. I just really like the G7. It's probably my favorite weapon, if not, yeah, probably my favorite weapon right now. I'm so happy it's at the crafter. I think it's more easy to use than the repeater, and it's just nicer to use. I just feel, I don't really know how to explain it. I just play better with the G7. It's mainly my reason I put it above the repeat. Obviously G7 you do need like a decent sight and a extended mag to make it an excellent weapon, but it's just so fun to use right now. Like it takes obviously light ammo is found pretty much everywhere. The G7 for me is S tier this season. Okay, Havoc, I'm gonna put it C tier above the Eva. Havoc, obviously you need a turbocharger for it to be really good, but the Havoc, when you get used to it, it can be a deadly gun early game with no turbocharger. With turbochargers, definitely S tier, but C tier, turbocharger is one of the rarest things in the game as well, so you're never really gonna be unlocking a Havoc to its full potential. Obviously Havoc, it can be good in certain situations, but you just need the attachments for it to kind of hinder it a lot in certain situations. Hemlock, easy A tier, and I'm going to put it above the car. Hemlock, it's just all around brilliant gun. It's really good for farming damage. It's really good long range, medium range. You can shred people with this thing. It's fun to use, it's easy to use. You obviously do need to find the stuff like sights and mags to make it the best, but that's like with every other gun. But obviously Hemlock, it's just insane. You can also change it to single fire as well, which can give it a little bit something else. But yeah, the Hemlock for me, it's easy A tier. I love the Hemlock. Yeah, okay, Kraber. Ooh, this is tough. It's gonna be in, I think, bottom C. No, actually D. This could be unpopular, but I just don't think the Kraber is the greatest right now. I would prefer every other sniper over the Kraber and every marksman over the Kraber right now. Kraber, I don't really know what's about it now. I used to love the thing, but now I've kind of like don't really enjoy it. Sort of lost a lot of what made it really good, but I don't know. It's obviously really rare. It's really quite a slow thing to use as well. I'd much rather use a G7 or a repeater because of the handling speed. Obviously you have limited ammo in the Kraber, but obviously the huge damage is what makes the Kraber so fun to use. But I don't know, I just not feeling the Kraber right now. Maybe in a couple weeks or something I might change, but right now I'm probably gonna put in D tier. L-Star, another D tier weapon. I put it under the Kraber. The L-Star, it's one of my least favorite things to find early game, if I be honest. Like, I just don't enjoy using the thing anymore. I don't really know what it is about it. I just don't like it. I don't really know how to explain it. Like, I never see anyone use an L-Star other than early game. It just runs out of ammo so fast as well. It destroys your ammo. I'd rather any other energy gun early game. Like, I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it. I wonder if you guys have like a similar feeling, but I just don't feel the L-Star like. I don't know. It's what I just don't like it. It's one of my least favorite things to use. But yeah, I'm gonna put it in D tier for now. Might move down. We'll see. Longbow. For me, A tier, bottom A tier. I love the longbow. You don't need a bunch of attachments to make it really good. It's just a strong weapon. I do prefer the G7 and repeater, but longbow, it's a brilliant choice. It's fun to use. It's quite easy to use. I grew to love the longbow a lot in the armed and dangerous mode. That's why I think I like it so much. I still use it from time to time right now, but I just love the gun. It's grown on me a lot. And yeah, it's one of my favorites right now. Okay, what have we got up next? The Mastiff. Ooh, B tier. I'll put it there. I love the Mastiff. It got a bit of nerf because it lost its dual shell, but it's still insane. The amount of damage you can do. You can shred squads with this thing. It's obviously a care package, so you're not going to find it every game, but it's just so fun to use. It's satisfying to use. It's quite easy to use as well. I can't wait until it comes back on the ground. I love that thing. I love the Mastiff, but Mastiff, it's in a good spot right now. I think it's just one of the most satisfying things to use. And yeah, deserving of beating Mozambique. With attachments, this thing definitely is decent, but I'm gonna put it top of D tier. Whenever you're never gonna really find the purple bolt and the hammer points. You're always gonna use it attachmentless. It's not the greatest thing right now, the Mozambique. You're only gonna really use it early game, and it gets outclassed by a lot of things. I'm gonna put the Kraber above it. I'll rather Mozambique over an L-Star, but it just feels bad to use when you have no attachments, which just hurts it a lot. Obviously in arenas, when you get the good attachments, it's obviously very, very good, but this is just like Battle Royale. You're never going to find the attachments for Mozambique because no one really carries them other than early game. But yeah, D tier for Mozambique. P2020, it's going to be E tier. It's like a Mozambique but worse. You're never going to find the attachments to make this thing good. It gets outclassed by literally everything. Small clip, low damage. It's just really bad range and everything. It's just not good. It's like it's just not what you want really. Like you're just at a huge disadvantage if you land on this thing early game. There's a reason no one uses a P2020 other than literally the first thing they find. Yeah, P2020 easy E tier for me. Oh, Peacekeeper, S tier and above the flop. And I love the Peacekeeper so much. It's so satisfying to use. It's so powerful. The damage output on that thing is crazy. It's my favorite shotgun without a doubt. I love comboing it with Mad Maggie. It's just so fun to use. Like the damage you get with this thing, it doesn't take it's not reliant on the kinetic fiender and the shotgun bolt as much as the other shotguns. It's just something about it. Packs a punch. It's so satisfying to use. I can feel it. Like I don't know, it gives you an insane feeling when you hit for like a crazy amount of damage. It's just one of those things I just love using. I don't really know how to explain it. I just love the thing. It's one of those things that's so fun to use. Prowler, B tier. This is going somewhere in the B tier. I'm gonna put it above Charge Rifle. But I kind of had high hopes for the Prowler. I thought it would be an S tier weapon. Obviously, it's still good, but I thought this season will be the Prowler season with a laser sight. But I don't know. It just hasn't worked out. It's still obviously really good, but for me, B tier. The Prowler has a good hip fire and good damage. It's obviously a burst weapon as well, so it's quite satisfying to use. But I think B tier for Prowler is fair. Okay, was this an R301? You know where this is going. First, in the S tier, R301 is insane. It's so versatile, good close range, good long range, and good medium range. It's not too reliant on attachments as well. You just need to find a good mag. As reasonable iron sights. Like it's just all about finding a mag. Once you find that extended mag, you are good. It's one of those weapons as well that combos well with other weapons. Like you can use an SMG, a long range weapon, a pistol if you want. You can use anything and this thing will work with it. It's easy to use as well. It has relatively low recoil and like a decent amount of damage. It's not the crazy amount of damage, but the low recoil is what makes it so easy to use. It also works really well with pretty much every sight as well. There are some guns which do feel a bit weird with certain sights, but the R301 is just one of those things that works without sights or with every sight. It's just one. It's literally the best gun in the game. Like, it's just so, like, I don't know. It just has this something about it. It's just so fun beaming people with that thing. But yeah, R301 S tier. R99, it's obvious where this is going. Below the car, A tier. I like the R99. I think the car is better because it's less reliant on attachments, and it feels better to use. The R99 has been a little hurt by the barrel removal, and I don't think the laser sight is all too useful on it. I think it's out of the SMGs, it's probably the worst SMG for the laser sight. It's like this. I don't know. Like, obviously, it's still satisfying to use, but there's something about it without the barrel that makes it not as good. It's still an A tier, it's still a top tier weapon. It's still a good thing to have. You obviously need to, like the R301, you do need to kind of find a mag, but it's an A tier. That's what it is. When you find one, you're never complaining that you found an R99. Okay, Rampage, this is going F tier. The Rampage is my least favorite gun. It was my least favorite gun for like the past seasons. It's not fun to use, it's not enjoyable to use, it's awkward to use, its fire rate is terrible. The thermite grenade, you get one thermite grenade, which is not worth a pickup. The damage is not worth it for the fire rate and time. You have obviously slow movement speed because it's an LMG. It just feels bad all around. It's obviously a care package gun, so it's literally the worst thing you can get in a care package. I'd literally rather have anything gold out, anything gold, any other gun. I'd rather have that gold sniper scope with that thing, this thing. But it's just not. It just feels bad. That's really all I can really say. No one uses it. It's probably been my worst weapon for the past, definitely last season, maybe season 12, but I just don't enjoy it. RE45. I'm gonna put it above the Devotion. I think that's fair. The RE45 is obviously, it's definitely an early game weapon, but obviously it comes built in with a hammer point, so it definitely boosts it a lot. And that's probably why I put it over the Mozambique and the L-Star and the Devotion, really. It's just the hammer point gives it an extra little thing to it. Obviously it's craftable, so you're never going to see them, but I don't know, the RE45, when it comes out to craft it, it's still going to be an alright starting gun. Sentinel. There. Armed and Dangerous changed my whole perspective on the Sentinel. I love this thing now. It's so fun to use, it's satisfying to use. The snipers and stuff have really grown on me since really this season. The Sentinel, get a free times, get some attachments. You can have a blast with this thing. It's so fun to use. I've been enjoying using long range weapons this season, and the Sentinel is one of them. Obviously an A tier weapon in my opinion. You can combine it with the shield cells as well to get a bit of a damage boost. That's up to you if you want to use them. But yeah, the Sentinel, it's an A tier weapon. It's an excellent choice. Yeah, it's super fun to use. Spitfire. Would I rather a Spitfire or a Prowler? This is kind of a tough decision. I'm going to put Spitfire above Prowler. I will say for a while this is as worse as Spitfire's felt. If things don't, it just feels a little like off right now. I don't know if it's the light ammo or not. Like obviously with the right sights and stuff, it is an excellent weapon and extended mags, but I don't know, the Spitfire, I don't know if it keeps on, it just feels off. If it keeps like how it is right now, I think it could drop into C tier soon, because obviously like I think in season 9 it was like crazy OP, the Spitfire, but I don't know, it's not feeling the same since the light ammo change. Yeah, I think B tier there for the Spitfire is fine. Triple take. I'm gonna put it here. It's definitely my least favorite out of the marksman weapons and the ground loot sniper weapons. It's just, I don't know how really to feel about the triple take right now. It's one of those things that you do need the right attachments for. Yeah, you need the right attachments. You need the kinetic fiend and like good sight and stuff to make it really good. Obviously, it burns through ammo really fast as well. It uses energy, so it's not going to be the most easy to find ammo around. But I don't know, the triple take I liked it more when it was in the care package. I feel I haven't really enjoyed it since it's come out the care package. I think that's because it's lost the attachments. But yeah, this triple take, if you find attachments, it can be an easy B plus A minus weapon, but I think C tier. Volt, you guys know where this is going. Best SMG in the game. I love the Volt so much. It's so easy to use. It's just so fun to use. It's easy to use, has low recoil, doesn't take a crazy amount of attachments to pick it good. It's just fun to use. It's definitely my favorite SMG. I've been using it more and more. It's just, I'm so happy it's back. The G7 and Volt is probably my favorite combo alongside the R301 and Peacekeeper right now. I'm actually going to put the Volt above the Peacekeeper because I don't know, there's something about the Volt right now. It just hits good. It feels good. The Volt, I love that thing so much. Okay, up next, and finally is the Wingman. Where's the Wingman going? Here. The Wingman, the change to snipers barely like hurt the Wingman. Obviously the ammo is a bit less, it's obviously harder to find, but with the trade-off, I guess, of Skull Piercer, I'd much rather Skull Piercer on the Wingman than heavy ammo. So the Skull Piercer has definitely made the Wingman still an S tier weapon. It's obviously probably the most high skilled weapon in the game. It's very easy to miss shots and just basically look like an idiot, but if you're hitting those shots, you're gonna be the guy in the game that everyone wants to take out, really. But yeah, the Wingman is S tier. It's S tier now. Like, it's gonna be S tier for a long time, just because it has hits for so much damage, and Skull Piercer has kind of made it insane. But yeah, S tier for Wingman. Yeah, that was my weapons tier list. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your tier lists, and yeah, I hope to see you guys in a future video. Thank you for watching.